Rage Whale, your regular fix for movies and mayhem.
Welcome to Rage Whale episode 32 with your boys Drew, James, and Cheesy Kev. Anyway, sorry guys, we're a bit hyped up. We had a good recording of the last episode. That was fun, and I'm assuming I'm going to be able to edit okay. But I kicked the plug, and all the juice ran out of my Mac, so we're on 2%, and it stopped recording. So I'm not sure when it ended. So I'll have fun recording that. Yes. So we're gonna. Did you do a video for movie news, or am I just making that up?
Ooh,
You've not, have you?
maybe that's a wishful thing. That's
We haven't
optimistic.
done movie news, have we? Okay. So anyway, oh no, let's do cinema selection first. Just do a 5-minute little chat on cinema selection, and then we can go into movie news. So,
Yeah.
James, you might have to. Oh, first of all, can we see James's T-shirt?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Ghostbusters. I think that's Japanese.
It's definitely Asian of some sort.
Yeah, that was
I'm
one.
afraid
Reef,
no,
Reef picked that one for me. I don't know what. Do you know? It might not even be a real language. It might just be one of them like hipster T-shirts that's trying to look cool. But it was a Reefy classic. I'm trying to. I just realised I haven't got anything for show and tell. But I'll get back to you on that one. I'm sure something will catch my eye.
I like that. That's like this new section of Rage Whale. It's show and tell with James. It's good.
Show and tell. What have I got? I've got a cat, but you've seen her. What have I got? I don't have anything to show and tell, unless you want to get a bit embarrassing and disgusting.
I've got some bicycle cards.
I've got about 3 packs of them downstairs.
Mate, bicycle cards are the one, man.
I've got sodium bicarbonate eardrops.
Nice.
You want to get really, really sexy.
Oh,
Sorry to interrupt the show. Just a reminder to say we love and appreciate you all for listening to the podcast, whether it's on Spotify, Apple, or Amazon. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, follow, as this really helps us continue to progress and improve the content and keeps us making these fun episodes for you guys. Oh, we're also on these things called Instagram and TikTok. You can follow us there too, as we share short, funny reels on the reg that you can share with friends if you like. Now, back to the mayhem.
yeah.
Where's James gone? Oh, he's
I've
gone
got
to find a
I've
show
got
and
some
tell. or
eco-
something.
I've got
I've got
something.
eco spray for my laptop. It's very good.
Nice.
It follows on
I
from
highly
our
recommend it.
conversation about me starting to play basketball again. I wanted to get a shoe that was, you know me, Kev. I'm a little bit out there sometimes, maybe.
Yes.
So I went with the LeBron. I think the LeBron 13, the Stewie Griffin colorway.
I don't know what you're saying. Whoa.
Ooh.
Those do not look real. Looks like you're handling a cartoon.
I feel like
Yeah, that's
we're
the
on acid right now.
The Stewie Griffin shoe.
Still,
What I went with.
That's a lot of colours going on there.
Brian, what do you think of my shoes?
They're mad, aren't they? I was like, that is a unique shoe. That is
You
what
send
I'm
me a
going with.
photo of that and I'll put it on Insta.
My favourite
That's
is
cool.
the yellow parts.
Can you be crude and ask how much do they cost?
Google it.
Google it.
How about you fucking tell us
It's probably $1,200
Not a lot.
before I teleport over there and give you a fucking slap, boy? How much?
Bit rude. Ow, hurt my foot. Give me 2 seconds. You chat amongst yourself. I'll find him because I
Yeah,
can't
he's
remember.
injured, man. You
Well,
can't.
we've got a little chat then, so we're going to put in.
What did we watch this week? On Cinema Selection.
So today, on today's cinema selection, me and Drusif, that's the man there in the spectacles, went to see The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That's how many films can you have of the in the same title?
I know. Isn't it like
Yeah.
the 7th of the franchise as well?
No, it's like 4th, isn't it?
Here we go. If anyone wants a similar pair of awesome shoes, they are the LeBron 18s. Currently at quite a reasonable price. Currently below retail, only $120 on StockX. So you can get yourself a pair of them.
That's bizarrely reasonable.
That is bizarrely
Well,
reasonable.
not expensive shoe. Believe it or not, Kev, they're not that popular because they look so freaking ridiculous. But
Anyway, we're in the middle of cinema selection, and that's
Such
confusing
beauty.
people. They are pretty sexual.
They're
Doesn't make it
sexual
move,
enough for apes.
So
If they wanted to run up trees,
So
that's what you
Drew,
want to be wearing.
did you
we
enjoy
were going to go to the cinema quickly. Can we just tell a story about this Planet of the Apes? We were going to go to the cinema and Drew stood me up.
Ouch. Yeah, but then I tried to reconvene the next day, and then you just ghosted me.
Did you?
Yeah.
What was the next day, though? What day was the next day?
Thursday?
That's Reefy Day.
Yeah, but I said after Reefy, let's go see a lady at the cinema.
Hold, please.
Check your WhatsApp.
Oh, do you know what? Honestly, I get so... This isn't meant to sound big, but like, I'm in so many group chats. Like, I'll sometimes look at it as like, you have 37 or 38 unread messages.
Well,
Like,
I was really
easy.
hurt actually that you didn't get back to me. I was like,
It's easy to get distracted, to be fair.
no, I'm only kidding.
Anyway, what did you think of?
Mate,
what
I
did you
thought
think
it
of it?
was. I thought it was phenomenal, man. I'm gonna be honest. I was a bit worried going in. I was like, is this just going to be a rehash of one of the other ones? But I think, like we said briefly, the motion capture is mind blowing. Like it was so intimate that it felt like you, in any normal film, when you've got a couple of actors, two humans talking, they created that human element in the apes so well. It was the characters were so well formed, and you really care about it. And the journey is, yeah, I was on the edge of my seat, man.
I'll be honest. At no point was I psyched about seeing that film.
Me
Like, I've not
neither,
been a
really.
fan of really any of them.
Yeah, I agree, but I did really enjoy it because I feel it's so separate from the other films. So the other films, like we said before, are humans, an ape starting to learn to speak, and then getting human mannerisms, and then the second and third film, they're starting to talk and fight back a little bit. Whereas this film is so far into the future of those, it's not one of those films at all. It's a
I
complete
remember
different
watching
world.
the originals when I was younger.
But
And even
this,
then I was like, this is a dumb story.
well, I agree as well. I never liked them back then either. But this film is like the apes are in charge of the world, and the
I
humans
will watch it when
are
it's on Prime.
scavengers.
I'll pay like $9.99 and see it.
Yeah, it might not be for you, to be honest.
It just doesn't excite me at all.
But do watch it. I don't think I was impressed because, like I said to Drew before, like I enjoyed it so much, but I forgot I was watching apes in a way.
Yeah.
I didn't forget I was watching apes, but I forgot it was CGI. I forgot it was because it was
It's
so
so- the
human-y.
The
And-
graphics are
Yeah,
so real.
even the hairs and the mouth movements and the lip movement, like simple things.
Yeah.
Nothing felt fake. It felt like these were real apes that
Yeah.
just started speaking.
The eyes
There's
as well.
like very, very few
emotion.
films that I get excited for these days. And the last film I got genuinely excited for that I've seen now, obviously I'm excited for Deadpool Wolverine, was actually two. What's that horror one I keep going on about all the time?
Oh, something nature. Inner something nature.
In a Violent Nature. Genuinely excited for that. And I was buzzing for Saturday Night with the Devil.
Oh, I just spoke to Sadie. She hasn't formulated an opinion yet, but she nodded while she was busy doing stuff, so she enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
good nod.
genuinely excited me. Whereas a lot of these films now, these Hollywood sort of special effects, like blah, 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 it's like
Just on this film for just like 2 solid minutes, so we give like the listeners actual context for like 2 minutes, then we can deviate into mental stuff. But like I went with my mate Ryan, and he said he was excited to watch it because he's doing a lot of overtime at the moment because he's buying a property, so he's getting like money together and keeping his finances high basically to help with the mortgage and all that sort of stuff. And
probably stop spending his money on cinema tickets then.
well, no, it's free because he's with like I've got my free tickets, and he's got like Orange or 3 or whatever it is, where you get like
Yeah, I
reduced
get
discount
10
prices
free, yeah.
certain days of the week. But because he's doing so much overtime, he's like, I sent him like 3 films to watch over the next 2 weeks, and he goes, I'd like to see them all, but I'm only excited for the Kingdom of the Apes one. So this is the only 2 dates I'm available. Can you do those? So I worked around his schedule, and he did say to me when we're going in, the only thing that bothers him is he's not excited. He's excited to see Kingdom of the Apes over all the films this last month, but he wasn't excited to see the actress, Freya Allen, who plays the only woman.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Who's that?
Freya Allen.
She looks like a gorilla. Oh no.
She's a
shit.
human in it. And from the trailer, it just looks like they have insert attractive female to encourage audiences to go to the cinema.
Obviously, won't be your mate.
And he says he finds her really annoying because she's in The Witcher. And
Never seen it.
me neither, so I couldn't comment.
Great game though.
But I thought she was good in the film, don't you? Don't you agree?
Yeah.
I don't think she was a token attractive girl. She was just, she was actually good. She had dimensions.
Shout out to Dan McCormick. He works on The Witcher.
All right, Dan.
Yeah, and
Drew,
Paul
what do you
Bullion.
think
My
about-
mate Paul Bullion was in The Witcher, wasn't he? He's in season
Oh,
2.
yeah. Paul Bullion and Dan, yeah.
Yeah.
What was your
He
thought?
plays Lambert. He plays
Let's,
Lambert.
let's keep on the subject, though. But
But
what was your thoughts on the ending or the plot? Because it was like an hour and a half before the plot actually came to...
Yeah, but
Don't
see, this is really
give
interesting
it
because
away. It's too new for that.
I don't know if I agree with Mark Kermode's review when he said nothing happens for the first hour, and I disagree. Like I was glued to the screen where they're trying to find these eggs, and you wonder why they're doing that, and also it builds a little bit of their humanity because there's a bit where there's the 3 of them and they find 3 eggs. And they go, just take 2. And they're like, yeah, but you need an egg as well. Like, we've all gone on this journey and you need one. He's like, we never
Apes
take
laying eggs
all of
now,
them.
aren't
And no, they're stealing
They're eagles.
eggs from eagles.
Eagle eggs, yeah.
But they always make sure they leave one for the mama eagle so they're not taking away all the babies. They're
they?
rearing
Thieves
them.
with a conscience.
They're rearing them and then let them... So they're... But it's important. It's what humans do, don't they, if they're conscientious.
Yeah, and it's
Steal eagle eggs.
It's showing that, they have a human side, like, so you kind of care about them and then the journey they go on. And then he's very brave because he takes it to, like, the next level where you see more of his climbing ability in Noah when he really risks it to get the egg. And
just without giving us away, what is the purpose of stealing these eggs? This sounds like the Angry Bird movie.
You know how if you ignore apes, let's talk about human tribes. Human tribes in the world, there's different tribes that like either are good at working with animals, they'll use elephants to move logs or whatever, or another tribe will use eagles to catch fish and stuff like that. So it's bringing, so the apes are in control of the world and the humans are like pond scum,
further
basically.
down in the food chain, quite literally.
Yeah. But these apes, they're still early days. They're not technology. They don't know how to do anything. They've just barely known how to speak and ride horses, and they're working with other animals. So the point is that this particular clan, there's loads of different clans of apes that do different things, and this particular clan are the eagle clan. So they've learned to rear eagles, and they work symbiotically so the eagles can work with them.
Yeah, it goes a bit deeper than that as well, because from a level of his father is actually like the kind of, he's got a sixth sense for eagles. He's like the kind of eagle whisperer, as it were, and he wants to make his dad proud. And I think there's a beautiful element in that. I think we can all relate to that sometimes, where we're trying to make our parents proud at some point.
Relate to the eagles.
Yeah, I can't relate to the eagles, but
I thought the end bit, not the end bit.
it goes full circle. No, but that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, but don't say the full circle.
I won't. But the eggs have major relevance, because the beginning I call a plant, and the end is the payoff, and that's important. And that's why I disagreed with Mark Kermode's
who the fuck is
review
Mark
of it.
Kermode?
And he says nothing happens for an hour. I was like,
You don't know shit.
I mean, without going too much into it, it is a bit spoilers, but when Noah's village gets destroyed by, say, villain,
Water. Oh.
that I was on the edge of my seat, man. That was so gripping.
That was tough. That was heavy going.
Yeah, it was a
got a
really
question
hard
for you.
watch.
Why do they all have human names?
It's a good point. It's a good question. But
Well,
then
they've all
I don't know if we have
derived
the
from
answer.
humans.
But
They've all derived from humans, though.
yeah, but
Is there one called John or Barry?
there's one called Dave. There's one called Shed. There's one called Jug. A nice shout out to your friend.
Definitely a Mohammed
But-
somewhere.
But what I liked about it, it had elements of the Lion King in the sense that, like you've got the elephant graveyard. We don't go to that place. There was moments where Noah's parents were saying, you didn't go to the such and such, and I can't remember the name of it now. And he was like, no, we never passed through to the such and such.
Yeah,
And
you can't go under the tunnel because that's
Yeah.
where the echoes. They're
Yeah,
called echoes
echoes.
because they never see them. They just hear the echo through the tunnel.
Yeah. And
Sounds
there's
like
like
it
a
has
real
elements
sense
of
of
the Angry Birds movie with the stealing eggs thing.
Yeah.
Is there any green pigs in it?
There's no green pigs.
Or catapults?
No.
I'm not
No.
watching it.
But the ending bit, not the end. Don't be worried, people. But it's the bit where you find out the actual purpose of why she's following them.
Yeah,
And
that's genius.
that was-
There are some cool little twists.
Yeah,
There are
She
some
wants
cool
some
twist
monkey
moments.
sex.
I
it
never
changed the
realized
dynamic.
this is a mini spoiler, but William H. Macy's in it, and I was like, what? It was brilliant.
Yeah, I had no idea he was in that.
Yeah,
to be fair,
because he's not in the poster, and I love that. I actually love
I
that.
mean, I mean, he was weak. He didn't do anything purposeful, but he was
Like the
good
bad guy
in
in June 2.
his weak
Yeah.
role.
But the thing, I don't know if this is crazy. Like, I was so off base that I thought James Earl Jones was in this
Why?
because I thought the voice of Mufasa is James Earl Jones, and the one that plays like
The main bad guy.
the villain character that they call like Proximus Caesar, they call it.
Yeah, that's Max. That's Kevin Durand,
Yeah, I know. But I
James
thought
Earl
he
Jones
sounded
was Darth Vader, wasn't he?
and that's Max Durand. This guy.
yeah, but I thought
Was James Earl Jones Darth Vader?
Yes.
he's in that guy though is in a brilliant TV series called The Strain, which is about like vampires
I
and
started
stuff.
watching that zombie stuff, yeah.
Yeah, vampires. Yeah, it's vampires, and it's by oh god, what's his name now?
I think it's by Michael B. Shyamalan.
No, it's Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo del Toro.
We haven't mentioned Michael B. Shyamalan, really, have we?
But my point is, I was way off base with a lot of the actors' voices because at one point I thought the character that Noah meets, I think it's called Cassicus, I thought that was Lawrence Fishburne because I was like, oh my god, that's Neo from The Matrix, and it's not.
Well, they're all doing these funny sort of voices as well. Like Kevin Durand. I don't really know him, but
Kevin
now,
Durant,
yeah,
the basketball player.
no,
Kevin Durant's a basketball player.
no. Kevin Durand's that guy, the
Oh,
white,
Durant. So you said Kevin Durant. I was about to say, how long
So-
are basketball players doing stuff?
and he's on the circuit doing all the promotion for it, and he cannot help himself get off his stool or off his chair while he's been interviewed and doing.
Oh, like Westlife.
So good.
Bit like Westlife when they do live, they get up halfway through a song.
Yeah,
A bit like
basically.
Nick Frost.
I think
Nick
they should have,
Frost.
they missed the trick. I mean, there's a lot of famous people that could have been great voice actors, like Stephen Hawkins. Imagine if, like, one of the apes had the Stephen Hawkins voice.
But to
Like,
be
oh,
fair,
Caesar, where we go? He's like, I think we will go over there. We will get those humans. Yes, we will.
Right.
LOL.
the technology he's got, right? Do you not think Stephen Hawking could just twist a little knob and have a different voice?
Do you know what annoys me?
You got like GPS driving your car, and you can have like different voices.
Yoda.
Go, turn left here, or turn left here.
Do you
Why-
not think
why
that,
don't
you
you
know,
change it?
people are saying, oh, Stephen Hawkins, he's so clever. Ooh. He's literally sat in front of Google 100% of the time. Really?
Isn't his brain
Stephen,
Google, technically?
what's the mysteries of the universe? I have uncovered the mysteries of the universe. As he's
But-
talking, really so like Googling, you're like a tapping in the background.
Yeah, but his brain is Google, essentially, right?
No,
He's hyper intelligent.
dumbass.
Just to remind people listening, we're talking about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
And how it would have been more dynamic with Stephen Hawking and maybe Gary Coleman as some of the voices.
But do you know what? One of my favorite bits, sorry, going back to the actual film, there's a bit where they see the zebras, and I love it when he goes horses with stripes. I find
What?
that striking.
Who played the zebra? Chris Rock.
The best bit is when they're climbing the rock face and she slips and she goes, shit. And he goes,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, and he uses it later on.
It's like one of the only funny bits. Yeah, right at the
He
end
uses
he goes,
that later on. It's brilliant. It's so good. It's so good.
But anyway,
Yeah,
so
I
we
was
both
saying,
recommend the film.
I really no. If I'm honest, I think go into it, man, and enjoy the ride, because I was really like, oh god, it's going to be the same as everything else. But they've put a lot of love and passion and craft into the storytelling, and I was
Yeah.
mate, I was glued. I just loved the journey it takes you on all the way
Me and
through.
Ryan both, as soon as it finished, we're you know that bit when the cinema finishes and it's a black screen and you sit there and you look at each other and you go, should we wait a bit longer? Like, and then
Yeah,
we both go on our phone and go, Kingdom Planet of the Apes post credit scene. There are none. Okay, no, we
yeah.
can go.
Right, let's go.
He goes to me, goes, that went really quick. Like it wasn't a short film. He
Yeah,
goes,
2 hours
really
and
quick. It went. No, I
Like
think
2
about
hours 20
12.
or something.
yeah,
But he goes, that went really quick. I enjoyed that. I was enjoying all parts of it. And I said, yeah, there was slow bits and there was fast bits and there was action bits and there was emotional bits.
Yeah.
But at no point was I bored at any
No.
stage.
mate. I
I
never
think-
looked at my watch. Like I wasn't.
I genuinely think there could have been some more exciting. If I was to criticize, I'd say there could have been bigger set pieces and more actiony stuff.
Yeah,
But ultimately, I enjoyed the ride.
I think if I'm honest, I do feel that maybe the trailer is a bit misconstrued. It looks like there's loads of big
Yeah, it looks
things
like
that
action
happen.
packed, doesn't it? Yeah.
And I think maybe that's probably what Mark Kermode was talking about. It's more of a, it's almost like what's the word? Like those films where people are in cars and they're driving
Fast and
somewhere.
Furious.
What? Not,
Fast and
yeah, I know they're
Furious?
called passengers. No,
I was about to say, "Dude, where's my car?" But that's a film where they're
No,
not in
man.
cars.
Cars.
Ape, where's my ape? No, but
Yeah.
it's
Cars
what are those
2?
films called? No, it's a genre.
Road Trip.
Road trip, right? So the irony is it's like an ape road trip, I'd say, because the journey he goes on in and out of the events that happen, it's more of a passing of time, meeting, discovering these characters, them talking about certain things and the way things were, and then other shit starts to unfold in the third act. But I enjoyed it all, and I think the characters are very well. It's a great script, man. Do you know what I mean? It's a great script, great actors, and yeah, I thought it was a masterpiece. Actually,
I would not say masterpiece. I'd say
Masterpiece.
4 out of 5.
well, I'm saying masterpiece in the sense of motion capture.
Technology and finished
Yeah.
product.
I have
Incredible.
never witnessed, like you even said, man. I felt like I could stroke those apes. Like it was too real, man. It was unbelievable.
Don't stroke the apes.
Don't stroke the apes inappropriately, please.
James, I would say, James, you might need a little bit of light on your face because of your cap. Less Blair Witch, more mood lighting. Maybe see if anyone's got epilepsy again.
There you go. How's that?
That's brilliant. That's perfect.
Bit too bright, actually. I can't see.
Should we move on from that because we that was a good
How is
chat.
that one? This light's at 1%, and it's doing that.
So
By the way, if anyone wants a good studio light, these tofu lights are amazing.
Tofu. What you can eat?
Tofu light, yeah, it has all the different RGB colours and settings. It's called a tofu light.
I have a Rory.
Can you put that in a curry?
You could basically drop, kick, whatever this. It's amazing. You can do whatever you want with it.
I
It has
have
all these different settings.
I have a ring.
I've got a ring light, but I've got a Rory for my camera. It's like that. It's a square.
This
It's
has got
basically
two
like
hot
that.
shoes on it, two mounting points.
Yeah, it's basically that. It's the same thing, basically.
You
But
can look
it's
at it, they're
got
like literally 20 quid. They're amazing.
different colours and tones and different brightnesses.
And it
and
does
stuff.
like TV static. It does like a candle thing, like sirens for different types of things, a fireplace.
Right, shall I give you some movie news and then we can go on to an audience question?
Mate,
We
I
have
did
an
do
audience
movie
question
news.
first.
What?
I did
We
do
have an
movie
audience
news. It's
question
one of those.
first.
Go to the question. All right, okay. So I'll read it out very specifically then, as opposed to me remembering what she said.
Yeah, don't just guess.
So,
Drew looks like Spider-Man in disguise.
yeah, why are you wearing glasses? You don't normally wear glasses. What's going on there?
It's just for a bit of fun, but it's got a special built-in blue thing that stops with the rays from the laptop fucking my eyes.
Oh, okay. So they're not prescription glasses, but they are
This version is sponsored by.
I can't see now because I've got contact lenses in, so you are all fuzzy.
Why
on
have you
focus.
got like Tony
This is
Stark
great still.
glasses?
Because I'm a 70s serial killer.
Ooh.
Have you looked at every movie with a serial killer in it? They're wearing these glasses.
Yeah,
Oh my
Jeffrey
God.
Dahmer.
And matey boy, Scottish matey boy, Dennis Nielsen.
Great documentary, by the way, Des.
It's not a documentary, but yeah.
Well, it is. How's it not a documentary? It's based on true stories. Documentary.
It's not a documentary. It's a
Docu-series, then.
dramatization. Okay, so where am I at? Okay.
This is the question section, where we answer your burning questions, whether it's your thoughts on the subject of a previous episode or something you would like us to discuss on the next one. Message us on social media or email us at ragewhale@yahoo.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
So, here's a question from the audience. This is from one of our favourites, Shed.
I was about to say, is it Shed again? She needs to get a hobby.
Shed again.
I shed myself.
So Shed has said, as someone who hasn't watched many movies other than Quentin Tarantino, that's unusual, that's good. So she's into good movies, at least if she doesn't watch that many. What are the top 5 movies you think everyone should watch? So I'm deriving from that. Doesn't have to be the best movies, just great movies that are classics that
Who
everyone...
wants to go first? And I'll try and say ones that someone else hasn't said.
James, why don't you go first?
Okay.
We don't even have to be top 5. We can reel off a load, chat about a bunch.
Number
and
one would
raise it
actually
down
be
to
my
5.
number one film of all time.
Don't say Usual Suspects.
It is The Usual Suspects. I think you have to see that movie. There is not another film like it. Greatest twist in movie history. Some of the greatest performances
say Usual
ever.
Suspects only if you don't say 7 next.
No. I mean, you should watch that film, but the
Actually,
other one would be Shawshank
watch
Redemption.
Yeah, Shawshank's definitely on there.
John, I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to say Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah, I mean,
Watch that film.
modern films included. It's going to be a modern classic.
I'm going to throw it into Spider-Verse. That's 1 and 2, part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I'm trying to mix it up a bit, and I'm going to throw a comedy out there. You have to see it. It's 2 films actually: Bridesmaids and Step Brothers.
Yeah, that's a good combo. To be fair, isn't it? As comedies go.
Yeah.
And to be fair, no offense, Shed, but 5, that's tricky. We might have to do.
Yeah, I had to whittle it. Like, there's obviously more, but those ones. If I was going to meet someone who'd never seen an alien came to Earth.
Well, you didn't whittle it down. You said 7 there, as in 7.
Yeah, but one of them is like one continuous thing, isn't it? Like, if you said Kill Bill, you got to watch the series, haven't you?
Yeah.
But like, I would say if someone was going to come from outer space and watch films, those are probably. I mean, I might change my opinion on that, but those would be. If they said we want a variation of movies,
well, that's it.
They would be the ones.
As soon as you ask this question, you think of one. Someone says something else.
So I covered animation, horror, comedy, and crime.
Yeah. Drew, have you got some specifics to add to that?
I've got about 7 or 8.
Yeah, let's do top 7/8/15.
So I think we might have similar ones, mate. I've got Aliens.
Are you talking about Aliens?
Oh yeah, Aliens. Yeah.
Okay, so Shed, you have to watch Alien and then Aliens.
Yeah, you can count them as one because it's the same story.
That's like saying you've got to watch Star Wars. It's not one of them. You've got to watch 6 of them.
3.
Yeah, like the Spider-Verse trilogy. You got to, when it comes out.
The main 3, but I'd say the 6, not the first 3.
The latter,
the main ones, the
4 to whatever it was.
Yeah, because it's all changed now. But it's the latter 3. I think is the best ones, which is the originals.
No, the newest 3 I'm on about, as well as the original 3.
Age-wise, not chronologically.
That's
I thought they're the best ones.
Yeah, you were saying the same thing, but you were getting
not chronologically, like Star Wars is backwards. Is the year they came out.
No, I'm talking the way they're meant to be in the chronology. So the original 3 is 4, which is A New Hope. 5, Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, Star Wars. I thought you were talking about Aliens.
No, that's why
Star Wars
I'm confused. It's 4, 5, 6, and the more recent ones, 7, 8, 9 are good as well. I think.
You're about the original '80s one, yeah.
80s and the most modern ones,
If
not
you
the
start
Natalie
saying
Portman ones.
Jar Jar Binks is in now, I'm going
Not
to
those
kill
ones. No. Sorry, Drew. So yeah, Aliens, I fully agree, but the duo.
you. First 2/3.
White Man Can't Jump.
Oh,
Yeah,
fair.
boy. That's so rewatchable.
Yeah. I'm going a bit crazy here. I'm going to throw in The Hangover just because of originality.
You've mentioned
Yeah.
that previously as well. I think you got a thing for
Good.
The Hangover, but again, you got to watch the three of them, haven't you?
Yeah, that's
1
true.
and 3, you get away with missing 2.
Get him to the
2
Greek.
has absolutely no relevance. He doesn't even have that tattoo in the third one.
Get into the Greek. You're picking a film with two potential sex pests as the main characters.
Yeah, I know,
And
but
one
it was,
guaranteed sex pest.
I
We've
almost
seen
weed
the
myself
videos.
watching it. Like
I
actual weed.
forget how good Get Him to the Greek is.
Yeah, mate,
it's so
actual
funny.
weed almost came out. Like it's that funny.
And one of the very only films that mentions a great band, the Mars Volta.
One of the funny bits, I remember the film, but I can't remember the specifics. But I do remember something like someone just rubbing the wall and going,
Yeah,
"Oh,
the
it's
furry
hairy.
wall.
It's got a furry wall."
Yeah, he gets really high, don't he?
Oh
Diddy
yeah,
is
I
like,
forgot
yeah.
P Diddy.
Poor P.
I
Diddy's
forgot P. Diddy
face.
was in
How
it.
many memes have come out of that now when he's running after him?
I forgot P Diddy was in it. Yeah.
Every time I go on YouTube, and I'm not subscribed to anything, so I've got my normal YouTube, which has got loads of metal bands and movie stuff. And because I've set up a new YouTube for Rage Whale, I've not watched anything on it, so it's just the actual news hitting me.
Yeah.
So every time I log on, it's P Diddy every fucking day.
You seen that video of him come out where that woman's running away in the hotel room and he runs after her? Have you not seen it?
Kicks her on the floor.
Yeah, he runs out in like a bathrobe, like a towel around him or
just around
whatever,
his waist.
and grabs her, launches her on the floor and like boots her. And
And
then,
then it shows footage of her like 2 days later on the red carpet with his arm
she's
around
like, yeah, and she's like, oh, yeah, it's like really awkward, isn't it?
Fucking horrible. Sorry, we deviated there, but you did mention
that's definitely not.
Greek.
That's
your
not
fault.
footage people
Get Him to
should
Greek
watch.
is so good.
Then I got Blade.
Do you know what? Weirdly enough, I was going to say honourable mention Blade because it was like a revolutionary film. At the time, CGI was like new, so the blood and everything.
See, I've not seen that film since it came out. I don't think.
Watch it again; it holds up. Apart from the CGI, where what's Stephen Dorff? Is that the bad guy?
Yeah.
When he explodes at the end, the CGI is so bad, and the fact he explodes everywhere and Blade has no blood on him, it's like
It is
okay,
90s, isn't it, or 2000 or something?
But I think it's charming.
Blade.
Man.
Blade
I
was
like
like 95.
Did you say charming?
Yeah, I did. I used
Blade was
charming
like 1995.
to describe Blade.
You think Blade is charming?
No, only the fact that the CGI isn't so great. I think that's
just new. Yeah,
charming.
Kev, do you know what year Blade came out? Right,
95. Yeah, we discussed that. I think I
it's
caught you out.
2000 and something.
I think I told you it was 95. Actually, I just remember.
Do you know? I remember that came out of the cinema, right? And I was too young to watch it, and it was nearly a whole year before it came out on video to buy.
Well, you would have been 10.
Yeah, I remember just waiting and waiting and waiting.
Oh no, it would have been probably 2 years before it came out because it would have been out. Remember back then, it took forever for films to come out.
Remember Operation Blade, based in the place London.
Yeah,
based in the base London, place to
remember when that name I got at the time, based in the place London. That was like my MySpace name, wasn't it?
I can't remember that, but yeah, I can imagine.
But that's what I mean. Like the way that it was written,
Brilliant film,
and it's just such a great action pack.
So Stephen Dorff never really did anything, did he? He just did like really weird little sort of. I think he did a Britney Spears video once.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
It was just strange. His career never really. Good actor.
Brilliant actor.
Just never really went anywhere.
What's your next one, Drew? Or have you got more to say on Blade?
Goodfellas.
Oh, that's one of my favourites. Full stop.
Same, yeah. I would have said that if I hadn't said the other two crime ones because I wouldn't want to like neg someone out if they came to the planet.
Because of the late Ray Liotta as well. It's like such a beautiful homage to him.
It was like kind of based on true events as well.
And I also love the bit where they're talking about the pasta. Like you've got these horrendous people doing crazy things. It's like the way he chopped the garlic was so fine it just melted when it hit the pan.
I am right that it was based on true events. Like Henry Hill was a real person.
Yeah.
Because when Joe Pesci gets made and gets killed, you just don't see it coming, do you?
Oof.
You're like,
Yeah, when they execute him in that room from behind, yeah.
And the music as well.
But
Scorsese's
to go back to that pasta scene, Drew, that's Martin Scorsese's real mum cooking
Yeah.
the pasta.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese's mum is in loads of his films
Yeah.
because she just enjoys being around her son, and she cooks for the crew and stuff like that, and cooks for
Brilliant.
people. And he just like, you cook some food, and we'll film a scene at the table while you're doing something.
Brilliant.
And she's got no lines, but she goes, Mum, you just do pot around in the background, and we'll film this conversation. And she just butts in and go, do you want? She pours some and she starts chatting away. So Robert De Niro has to like react.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Stuff like
Also, the scene where probably the most gangster scene in the whole film is where Ray Liotta's character like is talking to his girlfriend, and she's like, "Oh, like that matey boy was like inappropriate with me over the road." He just goes over there with the butt of his gun and just kicks his
Pistol
ass.
whips him.
Yeah,
They like get rid of that gun and just drives off.
Yeah.
And
then he hands it.
They're being all
And then he hands
cocky
it
and
back
he
to
just
her.
whoops the shit out of them.
He hands it back to her as well, and she's like, "I don't know what it was, but it turned me on." You know, it's like, it's
yeah,
crazy.
oh yeah, because she narrates and stuff. There's loads of narration going over them.
Kicks his ass,
But
doesn't he?
one of my favorite bits is when they have the meal, and it is with Martin Scorsese's mum, and they're talking about. They're like, "Oh, what's the hoof?" They're like, "Oh, we got this body stuck on the bonnet of the car, and we got to cut off the hoof." Oh yeah, the hoof. You call it the hoof. And he's like, "Can we borrow this?" And they borrow the knife, and it's because they're talking about killing the dude.
Just thinking about this conversation, I've thought of another honourable mention, which is probably one of the wildest films of all time.
You're gonna say Casino?
No, as in absolute madness. The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, it's brilliant. Brilliant.
Chaos. They're like knocking helicopters off like a boat, and like it's all true as well. It's just
it's
insane.
madness.
It's better than I thought it would be, to be
So
honest.
good.
So my other two,
Go on.
Inception.
Yes. Yeah.
Just because it's
A lot
mind-blowing.
A lot of people will say that
Literally.
Interstellar and Inception are the two best films he's ever done.
And
Is
Memento. I think
Interstellar the one
Memento's
with
brilliant as well.
McConaughey.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I need to see it.
It's one of the best films you might ever see, and it's almost as confusing an ending as well as
Inception. It's not
Inception.
Inception. I watched so long ago. I don't even really remember it. Same with Shutter Island.
Inception is so watchable, like the dialogue, the characters. Like it was kind of put Tom Hardy on the map as well. Interestingly, because no one knew who he was.
Well, it was that and Layer Cake, because he was a background character in that one.
Yeah, he was in Layer Cake. Yeah.
Also, Inception.
Bronson really put him on the map, to be honest.
In-
But
Bronson was a big one. Yeah, another
starts-
Nicholas Winding Refn film from Drive, by the way.
So Tom Hardy and Cillian Murphy are in Inception, and then they're also in
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
And another film as well. The two of them are in something else.
Batman.
I can't remember.
Yeah, they're in the Batman, The
Batman.
Dark Knight Rises.
That's it.
They're in the
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises. And then I'm going to top it all off with Seven, because you can't touch it. Like it's a masterpiece of a thriller.
Yeah, you've got like a bit of a
I've got a love obsession with Seven.
I do love Seven.
You've
To
got
be
a love
fair,
obsession with Spider-Man, and
I've written a list here, and I think I want to watch them all again. And I think I'm going to add. What films did you guys say again that I wanted to watch?
I said, I believe, Usual Suspects, Shawshank Redemption, the Spider-Verse universe. What was the other ones I did? Oh yeah, Hangover, Bridesmaids, and there was another one, wasn't there?
Step Brothers. And what was yours, Drew? Again, just to repeat.
mine was
It's one of-
Aliens,
Yeah,
White Men Can't Jump, which
yeah.
you're already watching. The Hangover, Get Him to the Greek,
Gets him.
Blade.
That's it, Blade.
Blade.
Right,
I
I'm
said
good.
another one as well, because that was only 6. I can't remember the other one I
Goodfellas.
said.
Inception.
So I need to watch Usual Suspects, Get Into the Greek, Blade, and Inception.
Oh no, I said. I also said Saturday Night with the Devil,
Yeah, you did.
I've
Yeah,
seen that
which
recently.
you've seen recently. So
Right. So mine, there's no way I can do 5. So apologies, Shed, but maybe you should start calling.
well, she's
us
got
Sarah.
herself like 20 something films to watch now. So
Yeah, you got a lot. If you can garble all that conversation.
Mix them up with the fun ones, because if you go straight down Drew's list, she's going to be sketched out at the end of it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, make sure you. Well, if you haven't watched this, there's something wrong with you. Make sure you watch like we said before, like Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah, forget the Ace Venturas. Yeah.
Watch some fun shit. You know, like True Lies. You know,
You forget films though, don't you? Like I've
Lies.
completely forgotten to mention something like Ace Ventura, but I think
Yeah.
Bridesmaids and Step Brothers are
Yes.
genuinely funnier.
they're two.
Ace Ventura's like slapstick comedy. It's like
But-
ha all the way through, but those two are genuinely
Ace
amazing.
Ventura. I remember I'd never heard of Jim Carrey in my life. I had never heard of Ace Ventura.
I don't think anyone heard of him.
No. If you're American, you knew of him from.
But in
Saturday
England,
Night
that was
Live.
his big one. That was his one, wasn't it?
But when it came out, it was VHS. Internet didn't really exist.
No, it
wasn't
didn't
a
exist.
thing.
100% didn't exist in that
And
way.
so when Ace Ventura came out, I was like, that looks funny. And my mum said, you know, what film do you want to rent or buy or whatever? And we went to the shop and we bought Ace Ventura. Me and my mum watched it together in the lounge at lunchtime.
I saw it at the cinema, I think.
And she was making some food or something, and I started it. I was expecting like a long build up of credits before it started, but it starts with him being a UPS driver and kicking the box down the street.
So
How is that not meme these days for like Hermes drivers and that?
I was wetting myself. I had to stop it, rewind it, and say, "Mum, get in here! It started." So she came in. We watched it together, and we pissed ourselves. And it's not very child friendly. There's a lot of adult jokes in
I
there.
swear.
Well,
See, I was very fortunate when I was like in Germany, because my neighbours 2 doors down, and a couple of doors down, and my friends, so their dad like ran the cinema on camp. So whenever there was a film that we were allowed to watch, we'd just go and watch it. So I watched Jumanji like I think 5 times at the cinema.
oh, Jumanji.
original Jumanji.
Shit,
But we'd
Jumanji.
just go and watch it. Like we just go and he'd open up and we just watch the movie.
If you click Jumanji and The Rock and Kevin Hart appears and Jack Black, yes, they're quite good, but
What's
stop
the
it.
original?
Stop it. Eject. No one's ejecting. Just stop it and find the original with Robin Williams.
Also, the new ones are a follow-on from the original because they find the original person's like name and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, but it's now a computer game as
But
opposed
yeah,
to
on the army camp there was a cinema, so we used to just go there all the time. But I remember the running gag in that film where like the fat rhino was always like really up. The stampede would go past and loads of time would go past, and the fat rhino would just like dump along.
So right. Do you want to hear some of mine then? I mentioned them earlier to you guys before we
Oh.
started, but I did put down Alien. I put down Alien as opposed to Aliens, even though Aliens is technically the better film in my opinion because it's the more action packed. So
Yeah,
I
I'll
agree
give you
with
that.
Drew. But I think Alien,
Alien is more of a horror. Aliens is more of an action.
yeah, it's like an action horror, yeah. And I think the new Alien, Romulus, if that's what it's called, that's going to be an action ferocious horror. It's done by the people that did the new Evil Dead.
Oh,
If you've not seen the new Evil Dead,
I've seen them.
watch that. It's fucking disgusting and amazing.
Yeah.
There's a fight scene, not a fight scene because it's a horror, but there's an action scene where violence happens and a cheese grater is used, and you could do a little bit of a sick in your
Is
mouth.
that worse than a tree scene in the first one?
Oh god, that's fucking horrible as well. But yeah, I think there's something visceral about using a cheese grater on someone's leg and scraping them apart. It's pretty bad in a good way. The new Evil Dead.
They use a
recommend
cheese
that.
grater randomly in Tenet as well when he sliced that guy's face.
Oh fuck! Well, they used it in the new film Boy Kills World,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and he uses lots of random things as weapons, and he uses the cheese grater.
Either way, I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
It's inspired from Evil Dead, but
Talk among yourselves. Don't mention your next one.
we're gonna just talk shit about James now for 2 minutes. But he uses this cheese grater and he uses a proper weapon. And instead of like an Evil Dead where it's really horror and slow motion, scrapey and disgusting, this is like action packed John Wick fighting.
Yeah.
And he like grabs a face, slams the cheese grater, rips half his face off, throws him, and does it again to like a few people. It's really gross. But it's like as soon as it appears, you're like, yes! Oh my god.
But that's so funny because like Christopher Nolan is the first person to kind of plant that kind of cheese grater.
Did you say in Inception?
Tenet.
Tenant. I don't remember in Tenant.
So when he's in the restaurant and he comes in and he says, I ordered my hot sauce an hour ago. And they're like, what? And then he just like fights 4 different people and he grabs a cheese grater and just puts it across that guy's face.
Oh, I don't remember. That was a good film, but it kind of flew by.
Well,
I saw.
It was very complicated because it's a paradox. So it's a cause and effect of things happening simultaneously going forward.
Yeah, I get the film. It's like, it's there and it's at the back and the front, and then they connect in the middle, and then drive past.
So clever though, but it was a bit too advanced for its time, to be honest. But
well, have you seen like the stuff on social media where Christopher Nolan's talking about how he makes films and he draws a sideways U, like it goes left to right, bends and goes right to left, and he goes, I start here, and then here, and then the ending is the middle.
Yeah.
So we start at the beginning and the end together and we work our way to the middle. That's the ending.
It's very clever that he does that, because when he did that with Oppenheimer, somebody, I don't know how they did this, they had a lot of time on their hands. They cut together the 3 hours and 20 minutes and they put it in chronological order. And it's not as exciting. It's not as interesting. That's why Nolan is a genius. Like, he knows exactly how to cut and piece.
I really enjoyed Tenet. I saw it in the cinema, and I think that was the first film to come into the cinemas after the pandemic.
During the pandemic, And then interestingly,
during the pandemic.
The character's wearing a face mask, and so were we in the cinema.
And it was filmed before that, And I think we had to wear the mask in the cinema, and we had to be at least 2 to 4 seats away from the next human.
Yeah.
But it was me and Sadie that went to the cinema to see it. I think there was like 2 other people in the whole place. So it was
how good was that intro though? Everyone was saying that 11-minute intro is mind blowing.
I don't remember. I didn't stick in my head as much as some other films, but parts of it did.
Well, because they go to it's an opera house. They go to this opera siege, and then everyone's sat down, and those guys are in the van, and they're going to do something. And he's like, "Are you guys ready?" And they wear a fake badge to be like the Russian police or something, because he's trying to infiltrate the Russian police. They go into the opera house, and then you've got like the opera's about to start, and then you've got the composer. He's like hitting his sticks, and he's about to start. And as soon as he starts, he gets shot from behind by the terrorists, and they just all infiltrate the opera. And then they're trying to disarm all the bombs. And then what I loved about it was they're like, that's not our mission. He's like, it's our mission now. And he's trying to save everyone. And he has to get all of the different bombs collectively in a bag. And then he has to get the guy that's like the undercover guy is upstairs. And then he goes upstairs and then he disarms the guy's gun and then knocks him out. And then he has that really cool line where he says, oh, fuck. I really wish I knew the line now.
Well,
you talking about the Spice Girls movie?
No.
James, can you stand up and show us your money shorts?
I've shown the money shorts many times.
I've never seen the money shorts.
And as much as I'd love to stand up, it hurts. So no.
Yeah, that's true. He can't do it. It does. It
damage.
does hurt.
All right, let's.
I'll move my camera and show the money shorts again.
He says something like in a Twilight world. He uses code basically.
Nice. No need to zoom into the money shorts. I can see your left testicle. Wow.
Grab up.
Surely there should be more of a bulge there.
We can call this episode "Beans and Cash."
Sorry, Drew. Did you know the phrase, the line?
No, I'm trying to find it.
Right. Let's move on. Come back to me with that line if it's good. Okay. So my top ones for films you need to have watched: Pulp Fiction.
Oh shit.
That's got to be up there.
Yep.
It resurrected John Travolta's career. The next film he did after that was Get Shorty, which I watched this week, and it's so good. Have you guys seen Get Shorty?
I've seen that.
Let's be honest. John Travolta was known for one film and one film only.
Don't say look who's talking.
No, you think I'm an animal?
Saturday Night Fever.
Off.
Face Off.
Dumbest film ever.
They might be making Face Off too.
Whoa. Don't badmouth Look Who's Talking.
I'm not. It's great. But don't say that. Like, Get Shorty is brilliant. It's got Rene Russo and it's got Gene Hackman. It's got Danny DeVito. And it is... What's the guy from Sopranos? The main guy in Sopranos?
Kevin
James
Bacon.
James Gandolfini.
That's it, James Gandolfini.
What
He
about
played a stunt actor.
Broken Arrow? You're forgetting Christian Slater was in that film. Christian Slater is like finding a rare character in a video game. Like, he's just never in anything, is he? He just shows up every now and again.
Yeah, he cropped up that Unfrosted, that Jerry Springfield. Jerry Springfield? No, what's his name? What's that?
Springfield.
Spring.
Abrahams.
What's the Jerry guy?
Shyamalan.
No, that's not Shyamalan. What's the Jerry film? Jerry.
Jerry
Why-
Maguire.
Stop saying. Gareth's going to message me later and go, Kevin, stop saying Jerry. Like
Jerry
you're saying-
Maguire.
No, you penis. I've typed in Unforest. Unfrosted, which Jerry Seinfeld. That's what I'm about. He appears in that Unfrosted film, which is new on Netflix, and we do not recommend. Anyway, next one I would say you have to watch The Dark Knight. I cannot believe neither of you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't want to mention it because I wanted to do a variety, and I was trying to pick. I didn't want to do all action dark films. I wanted to just kind of mix it up.
But I think irrelevant if you like superhero films or anything like this. This doesn't feel like a superhero.
Batman's not
Trilogy,
a
though.
superhero.
Batman's the superest of heroes.
He's not a superhero. He's a billionaire.
Do you know what? Do you know how good Batman is? He's got an electric toothbrush out. That's how good he is.
He has. I'll go and get it, but I can't bother to keep getting up.
All right, so you've said Aliens. Jaws. I saw Jaws in the cinema last year for its anniversary.
The vortex effect. Is that what it's called? The vortex? When they zoom into the face but the background goes?
It pans out and zooms in at the same
Yeah.
time.
Do you know how they do that? It's when you
Exactly.
walk forward
you.
but zoom out. Oh.
I literally just told you. You pan in and zoom out. And your face stays the same, but the background changes basically. And it's incredible. But I've got other films written down. These are honorable mentions, like Citizen Kane. If you've not watched it, it's not a pretentious art film. It is so good. Yes, it's black and white. It's old, but if you watch that film, every shot is meticulously, like every angle. The cinematography is incredible. He invented angles that we use today that were never used prior to that film. That film is the blueprint for all modern cinema. It's so good, and the story is good as well.
Dying Queen Latifah.
I would say Goodfellas, but Drew's already mentioned it. But that is literally one of my top favorite films. The Crow, which is out in cinema for its 30th anniversary next week, which we will be watching. I will be watching at least.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch it all the time anyway.
The Shining, my favorite, my top one favorite horror movie ever.
Wait, can we bring up the Crow soundtrack? The Cure, Nine Inch Nails, like
Rage
what
Against the
soundtrack?
Machine,
Yeah,
Violent Femmes, Pantera.
Henry Rollins Band.
That's the album that's the movie and album that got me into metal.
Holy
purely.
shit. Trainspotting.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, but if I was going to pick 5 films, people could only see 5 films. That would not be one of them because that I think someone that's never watched film before, I don't think would appreciate it.
I love it when they get abandoned at a train station, like in the middle of nowhere. Literally, there's a train station literally in the middle of mountains, and the guy goes, "Breathe that in, isn't it great being Scottish? Look at this." And then Ewan McGregor turns around going, "What are you talking about? It's shite being Scottish. We're colonised by a bunch of wankers."
Yeah, that wouldn't be a film I'd show someone as a film. If someone said, I really love cinema and
want
to watch a new film, yeah, I'd just throw that at them. But for someone that hasn't watched films before, I think it'd be a bit like, they'd be a bit like...
I didn't think about that, went through. That's up the top there as well. My other ones are One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, also Jack Nicholson, like The Shining.
Easy Rider.
No, it's not as good as you think it is. It's a cult classic, but it's not a great film. It's great because it introduces Jack Nicholson into it's the first film he got notoriety for that made him into a hero, a movie star. Sorry, Drew, what?
Training Day.
Oh, fuck. I watched that at the cinema last year as well. That was exceptional.
I just thought of one as well. And this is not one you'd show someone who doesn't love cinema because it is dark.
Hold on.
That line was improvised by
it was, yeah.
Denzel Washington, yeah.
I've got one that's super dark. And you wouldn't want to show it to someone that isn't a big film fan. So it wouldn't be someone that hasn't watched many films, but Sleepers
Great film though.
I remember that being
with
good.
Brad Pitt
Yeah, that's a big.
about the kids going to prison with Kevin Bacon.
That's a big crew in that film. That's a high.
Horrendous movie.
Mystic River, man.
No,
Is that my daughter in there?
But yeah, Sleepers is like a harrowing film, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
it gives you an insight to what probably actually happens in
mate,
these
that's
places.
Robert De Niro, Kevin Bacon, Brad Pitt, Jason Patrick, Billy Crudup from The Morning Show.
And it was old. How old was it?
Minnie
Early
Driver.
90s?
It was 96.
A horrible film, though, isn't it?
Okay, I got a few more. The Thing. The Thing is joint favorite horror with
It.
Shining.
Oh,
The
Shine.
Thing. No, not It. Definitely not It. But The Thing. Kurt Russell.
Amazing.
Practical special effects, which are probably still held as the best practical effects of any movie ever, and a load of people copied and to be honest, the film has been copied like 100 times.
Well, mate, they do a homage to it in It Chapter 2. They've actually said they use the exact same line from the film, and the exact same thing happens with the head.
Oh, okay.
It's really, really. I'll try and find it and link it up. It's really, really clever.
I don't remember. Like it was passable for me. I don't think it was good.
No. But It Chapter 2. So there's a bit where, like, so in the Thing, when the guy's head falls off and then the legs grow out of it, and he goes,
Oh
"You
yes.
got-" and he goes, "You got to be fucking kidding me," is the exact line, right? And then in It Chapter 2, one of the characters' heads falls off, things start to grow out of it, and he goes, "You got to be fucking kidding me." And I was like, yes.
I think that I remember that, but I didn't think either of the It's were good. They had good moments.
Yeah, good moment.
The originals are the new ones.
The new ones. The trailers were good, and the films were not good. They were not scary.
It's hard to make a good horror these days, which is why I think
It was
Interview with the Devil is so good.
It's too well produced, which is why Late Night with the Devil is better, because it's low.
Late Night, not Interview. Interview with a Vampire.
Interview with the Vampire is brilliant. Yeah. So
What a movie.
well,
Fight Club.
you go down the Brad Pitt route. He's in tons of amazing films, like even as small parts, like Thelma and Louise.
Yeah.
And
I hate that film. I'm sorry.
what's-
I had to study that at film studies at college and had to watch it like 5 times. I thought it was one of the shittest films I've ever
He's
seen.
brilliant in Snatch.
but it's
Hated it.
not. But it's not.
It's probably not watching it once. When you have to study it, it's just like, fuck this film.
What's the other film that Brad Pitt's in as a minor thing? I watched it not that
Brilliant,
long
Snatch.
ago. No,
Friends.
not Snatch. Snatch is amazing, but Quentin
Friends.
Tarantino wrote it. What's it called again? That's a long pause. Someone say something.
He's in an episode of Friends. He's quite good in that. He has really nice, like, bleached highlights.
What's the film he's in?
Well, you're
Small
not reading
Talk.
narrowing it down here.
He's a druggie.
Oh, True Romance.
True Romance. Fuck, you
Yeah,
got there.
Tarantino's first technical film, I guess. He sold the script, didn't he?
Yeah, he's written stuff. That's what I think. When he does his 10th film, yes, he's going to be finished making films, but he's going to be writing. He's potentially wanting to do a series, like a Netflix series or some shit like that. So he will still keep going.
Yeah.
But
It
10
won't be his film.
motion pictures is his limit.
But
And
also,
he's going to write for other people, produce for other people, and he'll do series, hopefully. So he's not going to go away.
Can I
with
just say
Brad
two
Pitt,
homages?
Bullet Train is just...
What?
I was just going to say
Yes.
Reservoir Dogs
We're listening.
and Dust Till Dawn. No, I meant for
Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes. From Dusk Till Dawn. One of the best twists in a movie before
Mind
trailers were allowed to show all
Did
the
not see
crap.
it coming.
So
Mind
good.
blowing.
So good.
Sex
So-
Machine.
All right, so we finished that bit. That's a lot of answers for you, Shed. So those 5.
But yeah, Bullet Train is I'm going to say again, I actually rewatched it again because I was like half paying attention for it. It's
Love it.
so good.
On Netflix right now, new on Netflix is Bullet Train, Brad Pitt, Aaron Taylor Johnson, action-packed fun.
Bunch of famous people.
I'd say,
yeah,
I'd
so
say Fall
good.
Guy.
Not seen it yet, so
It's, mate, Fall Guy is well up there as a
Yeah.
fun fucking action film.
Ryan Gosling's just on fire at the moment. You know?
Yeah.
Him
Ryan
and Ryan
Gosling,
Reynolds
no
are just
wrong.
absolutely firing all cylinders.
Even the few crap films he's been in, he's been great in them. The crapness
What
is not
crap
his
film has he been in? I mean, he was in every girl's favourite thing, The Notebook.
I don't even know if I've seen that.
It's good, man.
I mean, he looks a mess in it, but like he's in it.
I've
looks
seen
like
the
a hot
clips
mess.
where it's
Huh?
Emma Stone going.
He's got like a scruffy beard now. It's like the only film where he's got like a big scruffy beard.
That's the film, isn't it? Where Emma Stone goes, "Take your shirt off."
It's not Emma Stone.
Holy-
That's Crazy Sexy Love. That's Crazy Stupid Love, Kev.
No,
The Notebook is really old.
But
The Notebook's like really old.
that's the bit where he goes, "Holy fuck, are you photoshopped?"
You're in dim lighting, yeah. No, that's
That's,
Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell. That's actually a really funny film. But The Notebook's like a really old one. I don't know when that came out. Google it quick, The Notebook.
It's heartbreaking.
Probably one of his earliest films. He's got a really scruffy beard in it and longish hair.
By the way, I've not told you guys any of the movie news. If I
Can
read,
you find out when The Notebook came out first?
I don't care.
You motherfucker.
Drew,
Drew's
you
finding it.
2003, I'm guessing.
I think it might be earlier.
Does that mean I have to fucking look? Drew, are you
Yeah,
looking?
because Drew's too busy on Grindr.
I am looking. What? I am
It
looking.
will take you 2 seconds. Should have found it by now.
2004.
2004.
They're probably one of his earlier films, I'd said then.
Right, stop talking. Here's the movie news. Otherwise, we'll never say it. I've seen a poster, Drew. Why are you showing me
It
that?
looks like Titanic, doesn't it?
Right, okay. Movie news. I Know What You Did Last Summer is being redone.
Is Freddie Prinze Jr. in it?
I also do not care. Barbarella,
Wait, was it Jennifer Love Hewitt, the other person?
correct. The Barbarella is being filmed.
A remake or carry on?
Well, obviously. Barbarella, had I was about to say Jennifer Saunders because something tweaked in my head. What's her name?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Connelly?
Are you insane? Jane Fonda.
Jane Fonda.
It's from 1968, you bellends. So it's going to be Edgar Wright filming it, and it's going to be Sydney Sweeney in the main role of
Shock.
Barbarella.
She's in everything.
I mean, that's what Barbarella looks like. That's the film poster for the original. It's basically what's been classed as a space sex kitten.
Manual in space.
So basically, Sydney Sweeney is playing Emmanuel in space, but with clothes on. Minimal, but still clothes.
Just
The
a quick
other-
one, actually. Jennifer Connelly. Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, massively disturbing. Correct.
Jared Leto at his best.
And she was also in Top Gun Maverick, which is amazing as well. And she's about to appear in a new film as well. I can't remember what it is now.
Guys,
but
guys,
she's in-
Another actress that is really good that doesn't do a lot, does she?
I was going to say Twister or Dante's Peak would have been a good one for films to watch.
Just sort of two good ones.
Twister, not Dante's Peak.
I love Dante's Peak.
I've just thought of two really good ones actually,
No.
and it's Jennifer.
We have moved on.
Ashley Judd. Remember Ashley Judd when she was peak in the 90s?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to
Along-
say
Huh?
dual double murder thing.
Along
Long
Came a
Kiss Goodnight.
Spider and Kiss the Girls.
Kiss the Girls
It's
is brilliant.
Morgan Freeman
No,
is the same character in both, but they're not really following each other. So I don't know if they were books.
Well,
But
the
the
other
first
one's called Along
Kiss
Came a
the
Spider.
Girls, and the second one's called Along Came a Spider. Two
Yeah.
of the best crime films ever.
They were great.
And we also forgot one of the best crime horrors of all time, Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, shit.
I've
Good
got
shout.
the book over there.
Good shout.
No, when you said Ashley Judd, the only film I think she's great in is
She's
Double Jeopardy.
Superman's mum now.
Shut up! Double Jeopardy. Double Jeopardy. You seen that film?
Don't say.
Brilliant.
Oh no, is that the courtroom one?
No, Double Jeopardy is when she gets prosecuted for killing her husband,
Yeah,
but her
courtroom.
husband is not dead. He faked his death or something. I can't remember. He disappears. He comes back. He's alive. She gets released from prison. Double Jeopardy means you cannot be prosecuted for the same crime twice.
So she kills him.
So she's allowed to kill him legally. So she fucking kills him
Great law.
and gets away with him. Right, next movie news. Happy Gilmore 2 is being done.
Ugh.
Shut up. You will love
Ugh.
it. You will love
Oh,
it.
it's going to be crap. It's going to be some like. It's not going to be funny. She can't be funny anymore.
I think it will, because Adam Sandler's great, and he'll bring this nostalgia. He'll bring back the old characters and do the silly old same stuff again.
When did he do a good film last time?
I love all his films, to be fair. All of them. Even
Pixels?
the ones. What?
Pixels?
Mm,
Grown Ups 2?
Yeah, I love that. Yes, they're crap. They are crap, but they're fun crap. That's a big difference. There's a new film coming to Prime. Drew, all I can see is the top of your fucking head.
Sorry. I'm trying to.
Remember, we've got a video.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah,
it.
sorry, I forgot.
There's a new thing on Prime coming out called You're Cordially Invited. Have you seen that yet? It's Will Ferrell
I mean,
and Reese Witherspoon, and they've booked the same venue for a wedding.
Yes.
Have you seen the clip? It
Yeah,
looks
I've seen the trailer.
Like Will Ferrell comes and it's his daughter that's getting married, and Reese Witherspoon comes and it's her daughter getting married,
So cool.
and they fight about the venue. I've not seen much, but it looks good. It's coming on
surely
Prime.
John C. Reilly's in there somewhere.
Oh, I'd love it if he did. If he popped up.
Do you remember this film?
We've moved on. We're on movie news, Drew.
What is
okay,
that film?
okay.
I couldn't see. What was it?
Otherwise, we'll
I
never.
recognise the poster. What was the film?
We're over an hour. We're over an hour,
Identity.
and you're mentioning average films.
Ouch. The twist in identity is insane.
Movie news.
Movie news.
Dune prequel has come out. Have you heard about this?
No, I don't care.
It's not the third in the film. This is a TV series prequel called Dune Prophecy.
Yeah,
I have heard of that, actually.
Another one is everyone's got to enjoy Legally Blonde, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is now a new. I'm not sure if it's a series or a film.
I hope
but on
it's a series.
There's a new series coming out. I think it's a series called Elle Woods.
Got to be a series.
It's got to be. I think it is, and it's Legally Blonde. But obviously, she's grown up, and she's probably mentoring someone else. I don't know.
Good idea.
It's just a teaser. I don't know anything that's going on, but I'm well in for that. Also, fantastic.
Not starring Reese Witherspoon, no.
Yeah, no, she's in it. Yeah.
Oh.
So she's probably mentoring the new dumbass but intelligent blonde. I don't know, but that's been leaked. Fantastic Four, the new film. We all know about that, but
God alive.
They've named the new villain Galacticus. If you know anything about the
Yeah, I do.
he's the guy that eats worlds.
Eater of Worlds, yeah.
Yeah, and it's Ralph Ineson that's playing it, who's from Drew. Remember First Omen?
Yeah.
The priest at the beginning that gets the spike, the thing lands on him at the beginning.
Yeah.
That guy. He's also the main guy in The Office.
American.
At the English Office. So you know in the American Office, who's the pain in the arse guy that comes in that
Dwight.
No, the guy that's not in it properly, but he comes in. He's like the really rude, inappropriate guy that drives on the road.
Oh, yeah, Todd,
Packer.
Todd Packer, yeah.
Yeah. So in the English version, the original version, he's the guy that plays the original guy. If you remember the original one, where they're throwing a boot over the pub. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember him. Isn't Galactus the bad guy in the Green Lantern movie that Ryan Reynolds is in?
It's that universe, isn't it? It's that X-Men Fantastic Four universe. He was in Black Books as well, but he's going to be good. But Fantastic Four, they've got 3 bad guys now because they've got Galacticus, they've got Silver Surfer, and they've got Doctor Doom.
Silver Surfer's not a bad guy though.
He is. He's still someone that goes and eats worlds or something.
He's an anti-hero. He's like not a bad or a good guy. And they got Doctor Doom. Who's playing Doctor Doom?
I don't know yet. Maybe we do.
Who's playing the Fantastic Four? 'Cause
Daniel
it's not
Craig.
it's not John
No,
Krasinski anymore, is it?
we know who it is. We mentioned
Daniel
it before.
Craig is
but
going to be playing Doctor Doom.
It's going to be
Who?
crap.
Daniel
Who?
Craig,
Daniel Craig.
James Bond. Old
Is it?
James Bond.
It's going to be awful because no one gives a shit about
So
the Fantastic Four.
it's Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby,
Pedro
Joseph.
Pascal's Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, Vanessa Kirby's Invisible Woman.
Invisible Woman, yeah.
Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things is playing the fire guy.
Human Torch.
I don't know.
Who's the Thing?
The Thing is cousin from
The bear.
the bear, which is his name is Ebon Moss Bachrach,
It's going to be shit.
and it's Julia Garner playing Silver Surfer,
Why?
and John Malkovich is in it bizarrely as
Why
well.
is Silver Surfer now a woman?
I don't know, James. I don't know enough about the history to know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. Do you know
Well, there's a
the weird thing?
bloke.
Do you know the weird thing we talked about before? Roadhouse. It was so successful. It's the most successful Prime movie ever. Ever.
You're joking.
No, it's the most successful film.
Wait, what
ever.
other movies have they done though? They haven't done that many, have they?
Yeah, not many. But anyway, because of that, they're doing Roadhouse 2. So, yeah. Shit as it may seem, I'm well up for that.
Look, end of the day,
But
we all know the Fantastic Four movie will be crap. They've never made a good one.
I know, so it could be. It's got promise. I'm open to it. I'm
You
open
reckon
to
they'll
it.
add Tyson Fury into it?
And it'd be shit.
But going to Roadhouse 2, Jake Gyllenhaal. I need to get used to saying Gyllenhaal. I've said Gyllenhaal for that.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
years.
Gyllenhaal, stop being offensive.
Gyllenhaal. He left open ended, didn't he? He just went off on his own.
Conor McGregor's still about.
So they're all still about. We need another bad guy.
Do you know what I hate to say? I think one of the reasons it's one of the biggest films is because Conor McGregor was in it.
100%. Everyone was like, "I'm curious. I'm curious. Is he going to be?"
And he
all
was
right?"
hilarious in it for what he was. He was really
He was
funny.
great. He was
What
great.
the fuck's
Yeah.
going on here? He's turning
Who
around.
taught you
like-
shapes? Who
The amount
taught
of
so
you
funny.
shapes?
made from that.
Who
as
taught
well.
you shapes is one of the greatest lines.
I didn't pick up on that when I was watching.
There's our old octagon. Who taught you shapes?
When you said it, I was like, I don't remember that. And all
So
the
funny.
clips started appearing afterwards. It's like our own octagon. Who taught you shapes? That's amazing. Another couple is Megalopolis,
The
the
hell
new
is that?
film with
Adam
Adam
Driver.
Driver and Shia LaBeouf.
Is Adam Driver the guy that plays the matey boy in Star Wars?
Yes.
I don't know what he's called. Han Solo's son. Kills Han Solo.
Kylo Ren.
That's it, yeah.
So yeah, Adam Driver's the new part in Megalopolis, and it is filmed by Francis Ford Coppola, who is obviously incredible. But
Okay.
no one wanted to make this film, so he has self-funded it.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Probably a bad thing, but it's got loads of good people in it. And I think the weird thing is that they've got all these serious actors, and someone I highly rate, but you wouldn't call a serious actor.
Queen
Yes.
Latifah.
No, Aubrey Plaza's in it.
Who?
Aubrey Plaza, the comedian.
She's good.
I'm so up for her in a film because she is brilliant. She's done some good stuff.
She's really
And another movie news before we end, or we can talk a bit more, but
And
is Squid Game 2 is coming in December. There's a date now. It's coming in
I mean,
December.
I need to see the first one, guys.
how are they doing a Squid Game 2?
What? Drew! Right, okay, right. You know we told you about True Story last week. There's lots of good stuff we talk about that you need to watch and I need to watch and James need to watch. Squid Game, delete everything we've talked about and put Squid Game at the fucking top, boy.
Controversial opinion, watch it with the dubbing, not the subtitles.
I heard
The
about that.
dubbing
Obviously.
actors are terrible.
Done.
They're so bad, but the subtitles will really take your eyes away from what's really happening in that
Have
program.
you
Yeah, dubbed.
have you
100%.
seen Alice in Borderland?
Yes, also good. But
Squid Game.
this is the best of
How have
all.
you not seen Squid Games?
This is the best of all the Korean stuff.
I'll check that
Please
shit out.
don't shout about me if it's not Korean. I think it is a Korean. I think
love
they're all
Squid.
Korean.
I think it is Korean. Yeah.
Calamari
Yeah.
games.
Squid Games is the best one of that. Like Alice in Borderland is a poor man's Squid Games, and it's a different subject, but it's Squid Games is up here, man. Alice in Borderland was good. I really enjoyed
Oh.
it. Squid Games is more than 3 times better.
Calamari
Once you've
games.
watched it,
I'm down.
then go onto Netflix and put in Squid Games Challenger, I think it's
Oh,
called.
yeah, the TV.
And it's
Oh, the real
series.
life one.
Yeah,
Game
that's
show.
also brilliant.
Yeah.
Do not watch it the wrong way round. Watch
No.
the actual series.
Very good.
Very
How are they
good.
making a second one? I don't really know where they're going on that, but
Yeah, no, because remember I can't tell Drew. No, fuck it. He won't even remember. The guy at the end, Remember, he gets to walk away when he comes back.
No, I vaguely remember.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's a big guy. He's in Megalopolis as well.
Can you pronounce that again?
Megalopolis.
Nope. Megalopolis. It's Metropolis with the word mega at the beginning.
Yeah, but this is the BrewDog version.
Do you know what films I watched in the last week? Apart from White Men Can't Jump and Get Shorty that I already mentioned, I also watched Forrest Gump, new on Netflix, and Deadpool 1 and 2. And oh my God.
Well, we lost to James.
It's fine. It's fine.
But mate,
He knows what
Deadpool,
he's doing.
I'd actually say, dude, Deadpool is something people should actually watch. Like, as in, that should have been in the top 8.
For like Marvel, is it even Marvel? I don't know. But for superhero movies, it's one of the best.
But just for like, it's kind of Brechtian quality. Like, it's just so funny.
So good. I was so impressed by it.
I loved it. I can't wait for the third one, mate. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a very, very funny film.
I'm excited too.
I can't wait.
I don't know if he's given us a massive hint or he's had a failure, but James has just left us abruptly.
James has left the building. I think it could be because this is the longest episode we've ever created.
It's not.
Oh, yeah, it's not. Because the other one was 90 minutes with Maxwell.
Maxwell King.
That's very true.
Oh, Stanley's over there having a drink. And you know the cutest thing about a cat having a drink?
It's the sound.
As you probably know yourself, is she doesn't just go... That was a licking motion for the audio listeners. What she does is stick her paw right in and flip it back. Like she has to fucking swim in the pool. I've got water all over my carpet. And then after 5 minutes of wetting the carpet, she then takes a few licks and fucks off.
Fair enough. But it will dry. It will dry.
Good old cats. Anyway, shall we end anyway?
On that note, let's jolly well trot.
Did you remember the quote from Tenet? Because people are on tenterhooks.
Yeah, it was in a twilight world. I know, we live in a twilight world. And then the guy says, and there are no friends at dusk. And I was like, oh, so cool.
That's a ponderer.
Yeah. I love Tenet, mate. Watch it again, man, if you get a chance. There's so many little hidden Easter eggs. It's very clever.
Oh, well, like I said, I saw it in the cinema during the pandemic. And
loved it.
At the time, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like...
But it's so difficult to retain it because it's so complex that I don't remember it a year later. Like, it's so complex. My brain can't compute all of it.
Well,
need to rewatch it.
Because Kenneth Branagh and... what's his name now? John David Washington. They had to say lines. They had to learn lines actually in reverse. They had to say them in reverse. And then Christopher Nolan might play that bit forward, and it was like, whoa! It was really
just
clever.
Mental.
Really clever film. All right, dude.
Oh, before we go, I'll show this. James just messaged. My phone crashed. Hopefully, my audio saved. I don't know.
Hopefully,
we can all hope. But Shed, our friend Sara Crane, sent this picture.
Oh, that's Becca.
So for dear listeners, it's worth tuning in for the visual so you can see our friend Shed in the flesh with a new Barbara. Barbara is, for earlier people who understand what we're on about, is Kate's mannequin that lived in my house and we dressed up. And there's new Barbara.
I feel like Barbara should become like a franchise.
Should be our little mascot. If everyone can take a photo of themselves with a mannequin, send it to Ragewell on Instagram, and we will post those pictures. Because
Mannequin Mondays.
Oh dear, I don't think we have enough followers for Mannequin Mondays, but mannequin anytime.
Whoa, crazy!
Whenever you fancy.
Huh? What?
Yeah, you know. Anyway, shall we? Oh. We've said the words so many times, and we've done it after I've clicked stop, so I'll say it now.
What are you going to say?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This has been Rage Whale. Thanks for listening to Your Movie Podcast.